Hi everyone, Richard Carlton here. I had an opportunity to spend some time yesterday on a live stream broadcast that really blew me away. Now, one of the problems with being in the FileMaker business or in technology in general is that things are moving really fast. And there's lots of new technology that comes out, but a lot of it's not really relevant to your day-to-day operation. So the trick is to find the salient nuggets of awesomeness that can really help your business move forward. And that's the same for us here at RCC as well as probably most everyone else. And the trick is to dig out these nuggets within the tech world. And so what happened yesterday was that I ran across a technology called continuity camera. And the technology is basically an Apple technology. Now, I think there's kind of a loose semi-equivalent on the Windows side. And so we'll do a future video about that. But in this video, I want to talk about the continuity camera technology that's part of the Apple platform. So in short, continuity camera actually solves an important problem that you may have if you are using photographs or digital document management with your organization, especially if you have to take pictures and get those into FileMaker easily. Now, of course, you can run FileMaker Go on your iPhone and take pictures, but a lot of people who are doing any sort of serious heavy lifting with the FileMaker platform are going to use a desktop computer or a laptop. Right? You just can't do the same job on an iPhone. Despite what all the 15-year-olds think, you still need a desktop computer sometimes or a laptop to do the heavy lifting. So what happens is you find yourself on your desktop or laptop computer and you need to capture pictures maybe in a warehouse situation or some other sort of situation where you need to get those pictures rapidly into FileMaker. And of course, then you have to grab your phone, and then maybe you don't use FileMaker Go that often on your phone or ever. And you have to go into your phone and you have to open the database, and then you have to have a screen that's maybe designed for the iPhone, which you probably may or may not have. A lot of people don't have that. And so then you have this really unwieldy kind of situation, and you have to click in there and do all this sort of stuff. It's a giant pain in the ass for people who aren't using FileMaker Go on their iPhones continuously, which frankly is a vast majority of the FileMaker community. However, in this situation, the continuity camera is a piece of technology that slipped by, and I saw yesterday for the first time, and I went, oh my God, I have to have this. So what it allows you to do is be in FileMaker Pro, and then just press a button in FileMaker, and it takes control of your phone immediately. It doesn't say, would you like permission? Would you like to authorize this person? Are you really, really sure you trust this person? All the sort of gnarly security stuff kind of is already handled in the background, so it's transparent. It takes control of your iPhone or iPad and allows you to scan a document, draw something on the screen, and or take a picture, video, etc., and actually drop that back into a container field very seamlessly. It's really slick. So what I'm going to do is fire up a demo of this real quick, just so you get a really good idea of what this does. So here is a basic demo file. At the end of the day, you would have a solution that's part of your inventory management or some sort of system where you need to capture camera information. Once again, you could put FileMaker Go on your mobile device. I tend to use FileMaker Go if I'm going to use it at all on an iPad. I almost never use it on an iPhone just because it's too small for me. But I am not 15 or 20 years old. I'm older, and for me, I'd rather stare at my laptop than stare at a tiny little screen, just the way I roll. And so, of course, that's a generational thing. So in order to use this technology, you have to have a modern version of the operating system and a reasonably modern operating system on your phone. This technology has actually been out for like 3 or 4 years already, and apparently no one's using it because no one talks about it. If you do a search for continuity camera FileMaker, you might find this video now, but at the time I'm shooting this, you find a little bit of information from Apple, and you find a little bit of information from a guy named Schmitz who makes a plugin, the Monkeybread plugin, which is this universally awesome product that just about everyone in the FileMaker community needs to have because it solves a ton of problems, a ton of limitations with the FileMaker platform. It's won product of the year a number of times, and it's pretty inexpensive. So when Continuity Camera came out, Christian Schmitz built the capability into FileMaker. And of course, Christian has a lot of capabilities in there. So this little nugget of awesomeness was kind of lost until I kind of inadvertently discovered it yesterday, along with people during our daily FileMaker live stream. And we were blown away. How did we miss something like this? Well, once again, the problem of overwhelmed with technology, and we're trying to sift through and just find the great nuggets, the gold nuggets that will help our organization. So let me demo this for you. So I'm on my phone. This is a current technology phone, and you're looking at a current technology Mac. So the phone has to be unlocked, which it is. And I come over here and I have two options. One, I can click a pop-up right here and it will show me all the mobile devices that I have that are logged into my iCloud account. And so I have the iPhone here. I have another iPhone, which is apparently off. I have two iPads I use when I'm flying, right? I use them to do navigation, things like that. And so I have an iPad here, and then I have the really big iPad, which is kind of oversized. And so I'm going to use my iPhone right here. I'm going to say, take a picture. I'm going to press the button right here. It says take photo. And now it says, you get the dialogue here, but instantaneously, this thing is now turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture here of, say, my broadcast studio a little bit so you can see this. I'll take a picture, right? There it is. It says, hey, would you like to use a photo or retake it? Kind of a normal thing. I say use photo. And this thing has gone back to its normal home screen. It didn't say, are you sure you want to do this? It just did it, right? And then here is the information in the container into FileMaker Pro. So this is super amazing. You can also scan a document. When you scan the document, if the scan is off angle a little bit, like you take a photo of it and it's at an angle, it will do the geometry and straighten out the document so it's square. It's really awesome. Of course, you can also do a sketch and draw a picture on it. There's a lot of things you can do with this. So this is a gold nugget. I think it's really valuable. FileMaker Go, I don't even think is on this phone. It's my main phone I use to communicate with people. And when I need to use FileMaker, I either use an iPad or I use my laptop or desktop or whatever we're using. In this case, you're looking at my broadcast Mac Mini, right? So it's an M1 processor on a Mac Mini. So pretty straightforward here, pretty neat tech. Now, it gives me this dialogue here, but we can skip past that. So I can create a new record right here. And I can say, let's just take the picture, right? So the phone is available. It's in my hand. It doesn't have FileMaker installed on it, but both of these are logged into my same iCloud account. So I'm going to go and press the photo right here, and it's going to immediately just go into photo mode. And so it takes over my camera here immediately. And here is Clarice, the FileMaker licensing puppet. So whenever we have FileMaker licensing questions, we bring her on our live stream, right? And so there's Clarice right there. So it's pretty slick technology. It solves this kind of goofy thing. In a lot of sci-fi shows, you'll see people talking. They'll take an image off their mobile device and they'll flip it, and it magically detects the direction it's flipping, and it puts it on the people's screens, right? Well, this is kind of that thing. We're not really flicking it at people, but you get the kind of the idea. Pretty neat tech, and it makes things much more seamless. I love it. So that's Continuity Camera. It's a little hidden nugget. If you have questions about this, shoot us an email to support@RC Consulting. This technology is made possible by that inexpensive plugin from Monkeybread software. So Christian Schmitz at Monkeybread, great guy, very smart individual. Once again, this is something he came out with years ago, but no one was listening at the time because we're always being bombarded with lots of noise about technology, right? And so, you have to find the nugget. So this is a nugget for you. So at this point, I'm going to cut into the live stream video, which is kind of a little bit of a wandering conversation. But if you want to see how this technology is bolted in and how it's basically scripted and used, it's pretty straightforward. Just watch the following live stream. It was really quite an interesting discovery when we were there in person. Pretty amazing. What are we doing today? Because today was a topic we're like, well, we run into this issue. So it was like camera stuff? Is that what it was? We're doing camera image control?
Today is a continuity camera.
Okay.
Where you use your iPhone camera to take a picture to FileMaker, and then we'll see what we add more to the example.
Okay, well, because there's insert from device already, so I know that's there. And insert from device is on the test, everyone. Insert from device allows you to capture a video or an audio file or a still image on the iOS device only, right? So
yeah.
So what are you doing, Christian?
We're doing it for Mac. So
you're doing it. Wait a minute. Do you have Windows support at all?
Not for this feature.
Okay.
So this feature is not for Windows.
Oh no.
We may do some other day. We could maybe do something for Windows another day.
All right. So this is the new MBS plugin, right? 12. Is that your new version? 12.
Yeah. I just uploaded a new pre-release today. 12.1 pre-release 1 with a few bug fixes for the autocomplete and
so is this a sample? Functions. Can we do this right now?
Posted some text from the clipboard. No idea what it is, but here's the real text. So there's an URL.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go.
So you can just copy the URL maybe to your browser. and then press the return key, and then it should open FileMaker and get you to this database.
So I'm in the
MBS
file. What
plugins
am I
for
supposed to
you.
do here?
Well, we go back to the live stream table.
Yeah. What do I do?
And I take a look on the documentation. So we want to use here the continue camera functions.
Okay, wait. Continuity camera. Scan
so
document.
The first thing is I want to maybe take this function and implement it for a button. So I have to first take a look and see how it works. That's script trigger. So I have to set a script trigger like this. So we go and we define a script to be called when we have a picture. So a new image arrived. So this is a picture we will use to get the result. So there's a result function. And here's a sample line. I mean, this is not that difficult. So let's say set field. Target field is image. The calculated result is, well, just here call the result function. Like that.
And then probably commit on there. Probably.
Yeah, so I saved the image. So you don't need to call that right now. It should be not in the menu. This is a trigger. So we make another function to show pop-up, to show you the pop-up menu, to pick the camera. So first thing we do is we set the trigger to target this other script. So get file name.
Okay, NJ in Australia says the Windows install just completed. That's great news. So that's
nice.
That's because Christian Schmitz knows what the hell he's doing, right? I don't know what else to say. That's why we have him on here. He's competent. Right?
So you see here the script editor. You see this is a link actually. So I can click on this thing right in the script workspace, and it brings me to the documentation because I use the checkbox to turn on the links here in the plugin. And another thing we added is if the plugin recognizes the function name, it can show you a tooltip with the parameters.
Okay, so just between you and me right now, I'm not clear. I know that we're playing with the camera. I know we're using your plugin. Yeah. I have no idea what the hell you're doing because I don't know what a continuity camera is. So
you will quickly see.
Okay, so I'm a little confused because you have a script trigger and whatever, and so I'm just going to sit back and watch. This because now remember I'm not as smart as you are, Christian. I'm not very smart, so I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Okay, we want to use the iPhone camera to take a picture and store it on your Mac. This is the script which will show it. So here's the script. This script gets triggered when a new image arrived and we store it. So maybe a useful comment. So, and this is the image to start the process. Tell the plugin where to send trigger button for us. And now show pop-up. And we may need a button for this, but let's first get the line from the script here. So there's a pop-up menu command here. It has a lot of options, which we probably don't need. So what we need at least is something here like a mouse. So we want to have the pop-up point show near the mouse. To the window, okay, relative to the window may be useful. I got a couple of options there. So, but let's start with the basic thing and just assume the defaults may be good enough.
Okay.
So now I add a button for this. And I I'm curious to see if this will just work or if I have to and look on my example.
Well, you've got so far you're 1 for 1 today. You hacked a install cold and you made it work, which was impressive. Yep. All right.
So I got a button. So let's click it. Oh, there it is. Take photo. So it says take a picture.
Go ahead.
So I go and
use your
take
iPhone.
a picture. There's something.
Okay, stop. Just stop. Stop. Okay, I'm going to ask questions. You only get to answer my question. I'm totally confused. Did you open this file in FileMaker Go?
No.
How the hell did you tell your iPhone to take a picture?
Well, there's a feature built in from the Apple frameworks, and you may have seen it in text edit. So if you go to text edit and you make a new document, there's a menu command insert from iPhone. And there you can take a photo, scan a document, add a sketch.
So does this is like talk to the iPhone that's close to you, or any? Could I go in?
What happens if you click the button on your Mac there?
Well, I got an iPhone around the desk on the other side of the cubicle here. Let me press the button. Show pop-up. MBS plugin. The application uses a unregistered version. Blah 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 blah. So I have to
click away.
Hit OK.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to pay. Okay. I have 3 different devices here. I can take a picture. So is it using Bluetooth? So this is an Apple tech.
Yeah. So it's using Bluetooth to find devices in your local network and nearby, which are on the same iCloud account.
Same iCloud account.
Yeah. Well, your devices.
But it's on the same iCloud account, so it's not like you could sneak onto your neighbor's house and take
someone has to pick up the phone and click the button, and people may just take pictures and put them in. So everyone watching the live stream can, if they want, make a new record and take a picture and share it with us. For example,
I got the other phone in here. No?
Here, someone on the live chat just made this picture.
Take a photo. Okay. Take a photo. Take a photo. Okay, it just jumped over here into photo mode out of the blue. Right, so then I'm going to take oh wait a minute, it's going to overwrite your photo. Can I cancel? We got to have this create. Can you do me a favor and have it create a new record every time you do this?
So, and Kyle also tried it. Make this picture of the dialogue, yeah.
Wow. So this is actually a good reason to have actually use the newer Apple tech.
Let me just make a little improvement, and that is hiding the button if you don't have a Mac. Yeah, I mean, if people like this type of presentation, we can just do this next week and maybe do something else, which may get the Windows people more involved.
Yeah, don't. I mean, this is really great. I hate it because we've left these people out. And like NJ from Australia is a really great guy. This guy is awesome. He has made so many samples for us and stuff. I never want to leave that guy out because it's like I feel like I owe him, right? So
we have a little function is macOS, which will tell you 2 things. The first is it's macOS. The second thing, the plugin is working. I just wanted to explain that I put here is macOS calculation into the button to hide it if it's not macOS. The idea here is if the plugin is not installed, this will give you an error, and the error is not 1, so the button will be hidden if the plugin is missing, but also it's hidden if it's not on a Mac. And now we go to the installed script again. So the installed script here. Oh, and someone smiled in the camera. Maybe we should show that. Again, it's not that difficult. Just click the button, and you can actually also do scan a document, which helps you to actually select the boundaries of the paper on a table, and then you can scan pages, and if you have several pages, we get a PDF. And there's also Add Sketch, which allows you to draw something on your oh yeah, sure. Now I run into my own issue. Let's make a new record and again make a sketch. Like this is the house of the Nicholas. And there, I just made a little drawing there. So you can use that. And now let's say you don't want to show the pop-up, but jump right into the drawing. So go back to the documentation. We have continuity camera and we have an import function. The import function actually allows you to pick here photo or document right away. So there is no pop-up showing. So let me just make a second script for that. I have no idea where Richard is. Take image.
You have to be pretty close.
So take image. And let's make a button. Yeah. So we got a second button. And when I click on this,
this
is
a
awesome. Picture taking. So let's take another picture of the.
Does this need to be installed on the client, or can it be installed on the server and work for the clients to connect?
Well, as you see, we are on a server on Stream RCC.
Yeah.
So this is not locally installed, just the plugin is installed.
Yeah, plug is locally installed on Mac or Windows. Well, on Mac.
Oh, yeah, a commit step. Yeah, of course, here. Commit.
I mentioned that earlier.
No question asked.
There we go.
Yeah, this may help people to get the pictures in. So we got someone who figured out how Sketch works. So when you show the pop-up and you see all your devices, you can also use Add Sketch to draw something on the iPhone.
Oh, here it goes. Yep, I came up here.
And there's also the possibility to scan a document, which looks like this. Let me just show you. Continuity camera. And we added that three years ago. Yeah, like this. So you see a document, and you see there's a yellow rectangle showing you where the document was recognized. And then if you pick that, the picture gets rectified. And then you take the picture. And if you have several pages, you get a PDF. So,
anyone else think this is awesome, or am I the only one here?
No, this is really cool, but I don't know if people are typing it all.
So I will just try that here with a white paper. So I make a new record. I click the show pop-up and say scan document. That's something you have all the time. This got me my empty paper. Okay, for your convenience, I just make you a new record button. And that's quite easy because I can just pick a single step and say new record, and where is it? There. Okay. So now let's say you got your picture, and let's say we make another function. Let's say we want to rotate the picture. That may be useful. So, because I don't like to remember everything and show you where to find it, let's just go here and search for rotate. There's rotate. So we have here a rotate function in the MBS plugin. where we can rotate a picture. And I see, oh yes, only let statements. But let statements may be too complicated for this. So let's make a script to do it. Rotate picture. So to keep it simple, we just say, take the picture, rotate it 90 degrees and save it. So the first thing is get the image. So our image is from the container.
Now the rotation, this stuff here, this is Windows. You can do this.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So let's see. If if it's empty, then we don't need to do anything. And that should be. We should make our scripts really useful for everyone. So specify, and that's something like this. So we read the picture from our variable, and there I can show you the dollar, and it shows you what variables are variable. So, and this is now our image in memory. Let's call it image ref or something. So this may work or may not work. If there is a PDF in the document, this function will probably complain that it's a PDF. So let's say if MBS is error, then fail to load image, $image ref. Exit script. So what next? We have the image in memory. We want to rotate it. So this is a line like this here. So set variable. So, and so we have the image ref. I don't want to. Well, I want to path it. Okay, so we have a rotation. Rotation has a result. So let's say specify. So we call our MBS rotate function, and now you see it shows me two variable names. Image ref 90. So you may notice that I have a bigger font for you, so you can better read it. So rotation. Well, it could go wrong. Yeah, sure, everything can go wrong out of memory, something like this. So rotate image. This is rotation result. So now if I exit the script here, I would still have the image in memory. And you should always remember the cleanup. So let's do here image release. So if I exit early, I have to free the memory. Image F. Okay, for the result. So if the rotation failed, we clean up the image, we show the message box, we exit.
Okay, I have questions about this when you verify it's working. So,
we'll see if it works. I mean, this is live programming. There is no guarantee.
This is amazing. This is really.
So let's see. Now we have it rotated. We want to put it back in the container. So let's say I have a new image, and we tell the plugin, you have the image in memory. Could you package it for us? PNG is a nice format because it's lossless, so doesn't lose quality. So we have a new pay image, and as usually, it could go wrong. And this time it's a new image because the plugin just puts the error message in the result. And Need more space. So we have a new image, and it was an error, so we can risk to put it back in the container. Image. This is $new image. So, and of course, we have to keep our release step there. So, and you see, we have 3 ifs, and we have the release there. So we could refactor this to have else statements and just one call to release, of course. So, and now we want to test it. So just go to the menu and say rotate. And okay, it has to download the picture. It has to upload the picture. Does anything happen? Still busy?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, can I ask a question now that you made it work on the first try?
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about memory. Because you're testing for memory here. Do we, obviously we have to, I mean, this is, okay, most FileMaker developers that are here have never, now I have a programming background from Fortran and all these other things previously. So managing memory is always a thing that we kind of had to do. I haven't had to really worry about memory except when Claris screws up, they have a memory leak or something. So what are the constraints we need to think about for your plugin? How much memory does it get? How much should we be worried about? Where are we going to run into memory problems with your plugin? You know, blah, 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 blah.
So if you tell the plugin, if you tell the plugin to read a container here, it will allocate memory for that. It will ask FileMaker to download the data and fill it into the memory. Then the plugin can read the image, and this memory is freed automatically. Then once we have the picture decoded, we put that into a new memory. And you get a reference number for that, which is here, image ref.
Okay.
So you have an uncompressed picture in memory, which may take something like 10 megabytes of your memory. If you just load this picture and you never call the release, then this picture stays on memory until FileMaker's quit.
Okay, let me ask the question. When you reserve the memory from FileMaker, is that coming out of the FileMaker Pro Cache, like where you go up under FileMaker and you have the cache, or is it extra memory it's getting from the operating system?
This is extra memory from the operation system. So let's see.
Yeah.
You can go to Activity Monitor and you can
I use
watch.
Activity Monitor all the time. Memory.
Okay, let me type FileMaker.
Okay.
Two versions running. There's memory, and we are currently here 441.
Okay.
So when I click it here,
yeah.
Oh, where's my activity monitor? I have to keep all the windows visible. Okay. So can I resize this? So step. So we have 465, 464. So the memory fluctuates usually, so we don't even see it here.
Well, it's a small image. It's also a small image, right? So
I can click halt script here, and now we have one image reference leaked in memory.
Okay.
Which is something you don't need to care about.
Okay.
The problem is if you process thousands of pictures.
If you do a loop, right? And you loop and you loop.
If you do a loop,
you're going to crash your copy of FileMaker. Hey, baby. You might even crash it. Well, if Apple hasn't trapped it correctly, or Claris hasn't trapped it, you could crash the whole computer. Not supposed to, but should be protected memory, one would think, right?
So let's copy a line here. So I just put in a loop here. And where is it? There. So, and here. So put it here, and our counter is 100. Let me just make a new on the other screen, and I think I have a big picture for testing.
Mm.
And it's the moon himself and nearly original size. No, no, of course not, but a nice picture. You see it?
Yep.
So we are using 443. For demonstration purposes, we run the script here, which will load this picture into memory.
100 times, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
1 gigabyte, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you've demonstrated. Now Labo has a question here on Discord, which is a good question, but in this case, not really. So Labo says we need a pause in the loop for a lot of records. No, what we need to do is let me articulate this differently. As you do the memory and you're done with it, you need to run that release memory command. You don't have to pause. Yeah. See, in FileMaker, we do pauses sometimes because FileMaker is running so fast that sometimes it runs into itself. It's like if your dog was chasing a tail and it's ran into its own ass, you had to slow the nose down a little bit. Sometimes we do that, but in this case, yeah, I guess if Christian Schmidt would advise us that, yeah, that might be a thing. But normally, if you release the memory, it's pretty instantaneous, right? So
we got a release all function, which will help us now.
Yep.
So this is more a function I made to help people fix a mess.
Yes.
Release all. Usually you should not do that because you don't know if other scripts still need a picture.
Yeah.
You see, FileMaker is using 5 gigabytes of memory.
I love it. That's great.
For all these moon pictures. And let me just call the release method and see if it gives,
there it goes.
A lot of memory directly.
Bammo, whammo, bammo. So, hey, so when stop for a second. When we're looking at this, we should look at this. We don't really look. We don't look at we don't care about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the left one is what you care about, everyone.
Well, the big number.
the big one. All right. So
if you just rotate a picture or two and you miss the line, you will not notice it because over a work day, you may just rotate 5 pictures and nobody cares if you use 100 megabytes.
So strictly speaking, what he has just described is a programmer. He says you don't have to worry about it, but you have created a memory leak. And this is how the road to hell is paved with this. So people say, well, FileMaker ran so long, or runs for 2 or 3 days, and then it crashes. Okay. So a programmer at FileMaker did this exact same thing in Xcode or wherever they're coding it in. And they were doing stuff and releasing stuff and doing stuff and releasing, and they forgot to release something. And then that's called a memory leak. It's leaking out of the way because eventually if your computer runs out of memory, crash. And the operating system should crash the app, not the operating system. Operating system should protect itself. So the idea is that he said, oh, don't worry about it. But I want y'all in the internet here, hello everyone on the internet, understand that when we complain about Claris having a crash, the road to hell is don't worry about it. You only might do 5 a day. That programmer goes on to some other project a year or 2 later. Someone runs that programmer's code 5 billion times and it crashes and no one knows why. Because as you're coding, my recommendation is try to clean up after you go. Right? Yes?
Yeah. So the plugin usually can probably easily handle 1,000 pictures in memory. But you may not want to do that.
This is, in my opinion, one of the best live streams we've had since like the ransomware live stream, which blew me away. I am very rarely anymore completely amazed by stuff. Like when he did the install the plugin, that was pretty good. This is cool. The continuity stuff is cool, and it's short range. It is not Bluetooth range. It is like 10 feet range from your phone to it knows how close you are. The idea is that you have both devices on this continuity camera stuff, both devices in your hot little hands at once, right? So,
well, it's for the typical thing. You sit on the computer. You could on all your containers and all your solutions. You could just have a little icon here, a little button next to the container for a picture with
immediately.
iPhone.
Okay, you listen to them. I'm just going to tell you this straight up, Christian, okay? Very rarely do I say I need something immediately. I need this immediately now today because I do some inventory tracking because I'm actually a pretty organized guy and a lot of stuff. And I do a lot of radio control, aviation, other stuff. And I track all that stuff very specifically. And I have a data solution, a document management solution, but I don't have any easy way of getting pictures out of it. So you could try to control the camera on the iPad, but then you're trying to aim the iPad around trying to take a picture because the camera's at the top of it. It's crazy. But if you could dynamically tie it, which you just did to my phone, so I've got the thing, I take a picture, got the thing, take a picture. Oh my God. This file, what we've set up, for those of you wondering about this, we have a stream test server that we're going to be playing with going forward. And this is a sample file that we're going to kind of leave up. So as a result, please behave. Is this like a read only, or what can we do in here if we want?
Well, we put in a little bit security here. So I'm not sure if we forgot something, but in general, there's a viewer. The viewer can create records. They can connect however they want, and here on the privileges, I put in a little calculation to disallow them editing my records, and they can't delete. So, I should also here should forbid that. So, and we'll probably I will close the database later and download it, so you can maybe get.
Yeah, can you? We need to get a copy of this out to everyone so they can have this code. Because I'm going to need this code tonight. Because I mean, as much as I love your documentation, I think it'll be much faster for me to steal the code out of your sample file. So.
Yeah, there's already a sample file. I mean, if you take a look here, plugin download examples. There's a Mac folder and content. There it is.
Okay. Continuity camera. So Lynn in Austin. Lynn, you're in Austin, and he is asking about Windows. So continuity camera is one of the cool things that Apple came out with. It's just why apples are apples the way they are. The operating system is somewhat different. And so you can see this is really kind of interesting. Now we probably should do a Windows day on. Can you make?
Yeah, we will make something with Windows because we have here those VIA functions. Where we can select devices, we can show an image dialog. So I may just make sure that I have a Windows version installed with some drivers to make sure it sees a device.
So do we want to schedule a Windows image capture day with you?
Yeah. Also, we want to make a few more. Like we may do scanners on Windows and scanners on Mac. And we may make a drag and drop day, and maybe we find something else.
Okay, Margaret, are you there? Are you making notes? Because listen, I know you guys are like, hey, this is, you have to pay for this. This is cheap, right? I don't know what your time is worth. If your time is worth more than $7 or $8 an hour, go buy the Monkeybread plugin. Just get it, okay? If your time is literally worth less than $5 an hour, then I don't know how to help you, okay? But you need to have this product because I'm gonna use the shit out of it, and I have never before have I gone around and deliberately really tried to install Monkeybread everywhere. But now I'm gonna do that on my computers. So because I want the scanning thingy on my computer so I can pop it up and get a picture of inventory items really quick. I love this. Yes, we want to do a Windows image capture day. Scott Kane says yes. So we have the Windows image capture day. Then what were the suggestions you had, Christian Schmidt?
So basically, let me see. We have here the VIA functions. This is one day.
Okay.
Let's see what we get. Then we have the image capture.
Okay.
On Mac again for talking to a scanner.
Okay.
But we could
So that's
also
so
use
that's the
image.
same. Wait. That's the same as the Windows one down below, right? Flatbed on the Mac.
Yeah, but it's different functionality, so
Yeah,
we need more
because they're
time
different.
for it.
So Margaret, you got scanning images on a flatbed scanner on the Mac. You have scanning images,
Yeah.
flatbed scanner on Windows. Would that be the same day, or would that be two different days?
I would split it.
2 different days.
And then
Okay.
I would like to make another day about this drag and drop thing, because
Okay.
people like to drop their attachments from Outlook to the FileMaker or from Photos
Yeah.
application.
But I want to thank Christian Schmidt. So if you want to check out the plugin, go to MBS Software. Is that what it is? MBSsoftware.com? Is that where I go?
Monkeybreadsoftware.com.
Yeah, Monkeybread. Yeah, I just do monkeybreadsoftware.com, or do a search for Monkeybread Software in Google, and you will find that. And the stuff's actually pretty inexpensive. Once you buy it, the updates are pretty inexpensive.
Cool thing is, even if you're something like FileMaker, scan image, I mean, if you Google for this, you probably easily find our plugin stuff. So
okay. Any other questions from anyone? Do we have anything else?
There's one from the other German Christian. Does it work on WebDirect?
how should I? On
On
WebDirect, the plugin is on the server and can't reach the client, so we have no way to get to the client.
Yeah. So once again, that's kind of, I mean, for those of you who understand or don't understand, so let me cover this real quick. So WebDirect is a web browser, right? And so the web browser doesn't have the ability to run plugins. That's actually a certification test question. So on a Mac or Windows laptop, right? We see this one right here. I flip it open. So this thing here, the continuity camera tech, at least in this video for today, is going to allow this device within about 10 feet, it's pretty close range, to talk to another iOS device that has the same iCloud account, and to tell it to take a picture, probably take a video, get a scan, or sketch or something, or whatever you're doing. And so it allows you to then take this, use it as a camera, feed it directly into this on FileMaker Pro, because the FileMaker Pro's on here with the plugin using the local Bluetooth capabilities to make this connection. If you're on a browser here, there is no plugin. The plugin can be installed on the FileMaker server, but the FileMaker server, in the case of this, for those of you wondering, is somewhere in the western United States or someplace. So if you're with a 10-foot range between where the plugin is, it's not going to be able to handle that. So I know some of you love WebDirect, but WebDirect, there's always cool things we do, and then we have to say, oh, I'm sorry, you can't do that with WebDirect. It's just the way that tech is. It's just kind of rough. So if you want to do cool integrations with your software, Mac or Windows or iOS, but definitely not with a web browser. You're just really hard to do that. Anyway. So I guess you could try to come up with some sort of JavaScript way to JavaScript it, but then you're going to have to find some sort of Monkeybread equivalent in the world of JavaScript and try to do that. That'd be a lot of work. And then would it still work? I don't know. Maybe not. Kind of sketchy. With Christian Schmidt, he builds this. He eats his own dog food, and there's lots and lots of FileMaker developers out there using his product, and they're helping us test this to make sure it's working correctly. And if there's a bug, he fixes it really quick. So I am stoked. I'm very excited by this. This conversation here, the code looks complex, but you have sample files and this sample file. Just steal the code. Worry about the use case, getting how it's going to work, and then steal the code. If you need help, get one of our FileMaker coaches to help you put it together. $75 an hour, and they'll help you put it together. No big deal. Or pay Christian $75 an hour, though I think he's a lot more than that. But yes, you get the idea. Okay? All right. Christian Schmidt, anything else?
No.
Really well done. All right. That's it for today. See you, everyone.
Okay.
report of an individual up here who maybe a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.